Good morning. Welcome to Closeted Mass Healer. I appreciate you guys coming out. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I forgive. I love God. I forgive. I forgive. I don't want to fight. Hey, I don't want to do none of that. Um, and I said that for a reason. But I got on here to tell you guys what I am really not interested in is the way managers are choosing to respond to their employees because they're operating in a bunch of negative space or situations. They then start to project upon their employees and then ridicule them for the shortcomings that they may have. And it's better to not deal with what we need to deal with and force somebody else to. If it's okay, it's a natural reaction because your higher self is then being alerted. Like, hey, it's a change that need to come about so me and you can stay connected in a way of, like, you not hanging down and I'm holding you trying to pull you up. So because you need to stay with your higher, it's like this is you and your higher self. To me, this is how I see it, how my hands are, and sometimes we need to be this way. But sometimes we get to the point where the scale, the justice card, whatever you want to say, the even flow of things, the time continuing, the ebb and flow, etc., etc., etc. Whatever you feel like you wanna, however you feel like you wanna, compare that, to those examples I gave you. Feel free. But what I'm saying is, when you're in a manager position, attitude reflect leadership. I have found myself getting or speaking, like I might say, I need this, can you give me this? But I'm saying it in a good space, but my frustration is not even directed towards the person. It's the human being energy that I am operating in unconsciously, that allows me or suggests to a sense that I respond in a, heavy energy way, just not in a good space that will cause one to think that I may have an attitude or trying them or whatever a person may get on a defense, but it has nothing to do with them. But effective communication is so easy to accomplish. I remember one day just recently here, I think I was telling you guys about a situation with my daughter. I told my daughter something, and one morning I got extremely frustrated and I threatened to get angry, but our Father who art in heaven, he said, what you keep getting angry for no reason? That's your daughter. That's your best friend. That's your favorite girl. She had to learn like you did. Regardless if you, was home, she ain't you. But she you, Like, that's how he was telling me in my head. And I was like, don't go somewhere, whatever. No, God said, no, let her go. Because I got something I want to talk to her about. Because I don't talk to you now. It's up to you to make the change. And I'm going to talk to her. I'll be dang. The situation was worked out where effective communication took place. Excuse me, hold on. Pardon me. Versus in the past, I could have been erratic. I could have just been in another space that would make my daughter just not like me. And I just never want that to happen. So what I'm saying is, sometimes we want things in our lives. You might be in a work situation where you want to get a good group of people you can really truly call your family, but don't get it misconstrued. It's a one thing to have a work family, but you're not supposed to be having sex with people, having a work wife and a work husband. I don't even want to hear that shit. But if I ever get a husband, if you're listening and want, I ain't even finna go there. Mine just gonna fucking know, because excuse me, I ain't mean to cuss, but mine gonna know, because I'm a real, I don't even play those I don't even play. I don't play games. I'm a very transparent individual when need to be, when it's appropriate. Now, when you managers, I'm sorry, I'm getting crunk. I ain't heard that word in a long time. Who remember that word, getting crunk? When managers are at work and they're disrespecting themselves by being ambiguously condescending towards an employee. Let's just say, for instance, we've all been sitting in a line at a fast food restaurant, and you may see a manager speak to a person, but you could tell that everybody else this manager is working with, but you could tell the energy that they have towards this one employee seems to be quite negative. And as this is happening, you could see either altercation or confrontation or verbal disagreement start to happen between the two of them. And then what we don't see, when we leave, is what is going to happen when no one else is in this store. How is this individual going to respond to this individual? It's not about a title, guys. A title, yes, when you get it, it is nice to be recognized that I am somebody in a leadership position and I am able to do something that you're not really doing. Or I'm just, top notch, and that's just the truth. You got to give, props where props due. So in retrospect, when we're in leadership positions and we're teaching, patience is definitely going to be needed. Sorry, my head hurt. Patience is definitely going to be needed. I have experienced a group of individuals that are very, very much everything that I have prayed for to God, as far as the response that I have gotten from these people in a work environment in the past. And they literally, but it was a glitch. And it's always a glitch. The glitch was, although they were nice, it was condescending. It was fake. It was not of family value. Because if you treat your family that way, anybody that's a member of management and you got this little fake motto about saying, hey, we're a family and stuff like that, you utilizing that to distort and create a diversion for you to have room to be rude and disrespectful towards somebody and try to send them straight to be tested and tried out of their character. Like I'm talking to you. Change that, bro. Change it, man. It's okay to change that. It's okay to change that. You need to change it because you are truly affecting somebody else's life, even though you may be putting this person's life to testing. But does the test even have to really exist? Sometimes we create tests in our lives. We create them by the things that we do and how we respond and how we react. Normally when you respond, you might not really create a test, but it is also a chance because the other party might not like what you said. If you react, you're definitely 9 times out of 10 going to create a situation or a test. So while you're creating these tests, you knock off the energetic flow of things, which can cause a disarray, because once it has passed through the individual that you have intended that energy to, penetrate, whether it was consciously intentional for that energy to penetrate that person, or it just was the way things had transpired. We need to be aware of it. It is something that we need to wake up and be aware of every day. Like when we brush our teeth, when we eat, when we know we got to get the keys and put it in the car. That is something, guys, that we need to be aware of. That this is the message from, God himself, from God to me to give to you guys. And not saying that I'm not nobody special enough to make somebody feel like I'm being arrogant, but I'm saying I'm somebody special enough to have a direct line to God. Yes, whoever feel like, oh, I'm a fake and I'm a phone, I really don't care. Don't watch the messenger, watch the message. Don't watch the messenger, listen to the message. Because I display both of them. I'm going to show you how to do it, and I'm going to tell you how to do it. Because I'm willing to, just like a manager is willing to stay over, how a manager is willing to earn extra, a manager is willing to go above and beyond. A manager is somebody that is a role model at times, but they fall short of the glory of God too. Because I had a manager that I was, I made a mistake too, but I don't need you. Wait, hold on. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. I don't need you to tell me that you can't make a mistake too. Like, man, what the you human? You was born. And I had somebody ask me one time, oh, are you just? I know you're just nervous because he's here. I said, yo, but I'm not nervous because nobody that they really just a man and a woman to me. But if I need to appease you and your lover, your secret lover, fine. But let me tell you something. Find you something safe to do. And it's what I wanted to tell the person, but certain battles is just not really meant to, like frequency Frequency Phoenix 555 says I learned this from her. It's not that this is her saying, but this is one of the people in my life that helped me. You know, she just so happened to be another tarot reader. You know, you don't always have to, but it was something that she said anyway. She said, not every battle needs your presence. I don't have to attend every battle. And I was, just yesterday I went through a battle. But I walked through it with God. He let me see it. And I was amazed myself how I just came out, you know, unscathed, unbothered, and nobody else came out scathed by me. Couldn't eat. I gave them no reason. But at the end of the day, my heart was broken. I was hurt. Forgive me if I'm sensitive. Yes, I'll cry. I will weep. Because when somebody's projecting negative energy upon me and I have felt it and I started to weep, those tears are a sign of what you've done to me. And I'm cleansing it out. I'm not going to hold my tears. And if you make me cry, I'm going to cry. And I'm going to get up and keep going. I skate all the time. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 scars on me from this month alone from skating, from rollerblading. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going today too. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm not going to give up and nothing's going to stop me because I'm all the way up. I'm going because I want Venus. I'm going to do me. I want Venus and Serena thighs. That's what I call them, guys. I think Venus and Serena, and I already got a little bump, but you know, whatever. I think they have the most awesomest thighs, guys, don't you? Oh, God. But anyway, and my whole point is going back to the seriousness of the conversation and the message that God wanted me to convey to you guys. We as people need to treat each other just the way that God has told us to. If we do not, do you see the things that we're reaping? We're reaping wars and rumors of wars, and we're reaping plagues, and we're reaping sicknesses and things of that sort. The things that somebody wrote it in the BIBLE, the basic instructions before leaving this earth, to enlighten us on how the negative energy is affecting the behavioral intake and output of energy. Now, it causes either a positive effect, a domino effect, or a negative effect. And when that domino effect hits, that is like really karma coming to knock at everybody's door that was involved. And I don't understand why people hire and fire people and don't go that extra. You got, not even gonna say go an extra ride. You have to ride a wave completely. You have to walk completely up the stairs. You have to walk completely down. What I'm saying is, when you are interacting with anybody, when you hire somebody to come upon your job, you don't just hire them because you need people. I mean, I guess at times, yes, that turnover is needed. But 9 times out of 10, you should always be grounded and operate out of being sensible, logical, and an assertive. I don't know if that's a word, but an asset. In the asset energy, being an asset. You know, yesterday remember when I was telling y'all about a video I seen while a young woman was in Starbucks, and she was a young African American young woman, and she was paying for her coffee. She didn't like it, and her food was burnt. She brought the food back. You could clearly see it on the table, on the counter, and the lady already proceeded to refund her, and the lady started to be verbally combative, and she asked for a refund. She was like, you already started the process. Why have you not given me my money? It's because the lady wanted to be indirectly, ambiguously, condescendingly, but right in front of everybody's face, the enemy was present, combative. Because she said, I don't want to argue with you, and you're not welcome here. Well, bitch, give me my money. Why you didn't give her the money? Give her the money. If that's how you feel, why the fuck you ain't making... Excuse me. Why is she not making the proper steps happen to refund this lady her money? Why haven't she done it? Why didn't she do it? She hadn't done it because her energy was so strong, it jumped into another lady, another young girl, who then started verbally talking to her in a threatening way with her hands, walked towards her, approached this woman about the conversation her and the lady was having at Starbucks, instead of her staying in her lane. Stay in your lane. I went to the store the other night. I went to go buy me something, and my card declined. But clearly, when I put my thumbprint, it showed me how much money I had in there. But it kept declining, so it could have been an error on my part. I haven't yet fixed it. It could have been an error on their part, whatever. But the lady said that she had already had this same issue with somebody else. Hold on, because somebody called.